Oh, what tangled webs we weave when first we practice to deceive. Greetings, family. Welcome back to my channel. I have a short video coming to you from the Caribbean as another Ponzi scheme has recently been exposed. I have an article before me. Creators Alliance Scam. Caribbean Ponzi Scheme Collapse. Okay, family. Apparently, over 50,000 people across the Caribbean are reeling this week after the spectacular collapse of what authorities are calling one of the largest Ponzi schemes to target the region in recent history. Creators Alliance, a purported video content platform promising substantial returns for minimal effort, abruptly disappeared on April 2nd, leaving investors from Puerto Rico to the Bahamas scrambling for answers and facing devastating financial losses. Family, earlier today I was scrolling my timeline on Facebook and I saw many of my fellow citizens in a state of confusion after the app that is related to Creators Alliance went blank. They could not access their account, they could not access any of the administrators, and the Asian orchestrator or the person who they purported was in charge of it went radio silent. Okay, family. But here in the article it continues. They went as far as establishing fake offices, distributing promotional materials, and even securing questionable certifications to appear legitimate, said one victim who lost $2,000 in the scheme. The victim continues, the warning signs were there, but they were masterful at creating an illusion of legitimacy. Now, just how masterful were they, really? Okay, see, family, I've been a skeptic for a long time. And anytime I hear about a get rich quick scheme, you know, I always just try to do a quick Google search to find out about this organization, right? And if you find that there's this plan somebody is promoting to you that is foolproof and it's a get rich quick scheme, right? It should be something that is internationally known, something that has been vetted routinely by persons in different countries, right? So if you see that this is only happening on your island and this is some kind of revolutionary plan that is changing people's lives, that's a red flag. Okay, now, according to the article, this is how the Creators Alliance crypto investment scam operated. Creators Alliance marketed itself as an innovative platform where users could earn substantial income by investing in various packages, typically ranging from $300, $800, and $2,000. And they basically perform simple tasks like watching videos and sharing content. The company claimed this activity generated advertising revenue, but investigators now believe it was a classic Ponzi structure. The business model relied on three key elements. One, the initial investment. New members purchased copyright packages using cryptocurrency. Two, they performed simple tasks. Users completed minimal daily activities like watching videos or clicking buttons. Three, a recruitment focus. The real emphasis was bringing in new investors with bonuses for referrals. And I think number three, the recruitment focus should have been one of the telltale signs that this was a Ponzi scheme, because many of these types of programs work on a referral basis. And although you can't see any real way that money is being generated, there's just encouragement to bring in new members. Well, the money is being generated from the new members. If you can't pinpoint how the flow of cash is coming into this business, look no further than yourself, because if they don't have any legitimate means of generating this advertising revenue. They can't prove it to you, right? But they just encouraging you to bring new members in. Clearly, your money is what is financing it. All right. Now, what made this scheme particularly effective was its carefully designed timeline. New investors had to wait 1 month before they could withdraw their initial investment. This critical delay allowed the operation to create an illusion of sustainability while using new investors' funds to pay earlier participants. Right? And so, in other words, while the person is waiting for 1 month to access their funds, their initial investment is being used to pay the prior members or the persons who were already in the program and awaiting some kind of return on their investment. Okay, so apparently that is how they got people to hold on for so long while their funds were being misappropriated. All right, now the Caribbean connection. This is where I think I'll end the video here, where they give us a breakdown of how many victims are in each of these countries. Now here it says, while Creators Alliance operated globally, it found particular success in the Caribbean, where it adapted its approach to target specific islands and communities. Top of the list is Puerto Rico with 12,000 victims. The tactics of Puerto Rico, the local managers held community meetings. In the Bahamas, there were 8,000 victims. Persons had luxury hotel presentations, electronic giveaways, etc. In St. Lucia, there were 5,000 victims. Um, in St. Lucia, they obtained certification to make themselves appear legitimate. In Barbados, there were 7,000 members. And in Barbados, their primary tactic was WhatsApp group recruitment. These WhatsApp group family, if you look at these WhatsApp groups, you have to be careful when people add you to these groups. I remember a few months ago, I was added to a group. Just strangely, one day I just was added to this group, and persons were having a discussion of a business model not unlike this. I don't know if that was like the early stage, but I exited the group because I couldn't tell you who added me and why. Okay, but in the other Caribbean nations, apparently there were 18,000 collectively in the other countries that they surveyed. All right, and so they had various different approaches in these countries. According to victims' accounts, the operation employed local managers with region specific names and numbers who created WhatsApp groups organized by geography. These managers pressured members to recruit friends and family while prohibiting any negative discussions about the platform. All right, and according to Dr. Anita Williams, they knew exactly how to exploit local trust networks. This is a financial fraud specialist at the University of Miami. She says in close knit Caribbean communities, once a few respected individuals were convinced, it created a cascading effect of trust that was difficult to counteract. And so they will find individuals that have a large social media presence, persons that you respect in your society, some entertainers, some persons who are just popular. And as long as this individual endorses it, then other unsuspecting victims will feel like, hey, if she's involved or if he's involved, and I think maybe I need to put my money behind it. Let me give it a shot. All right, family. But just wanted to let my subscribers know about the Creators Alliance scam. The persons invested their money and the perpetrators made good their escape. I hope we can learn from this family. And in conclusion, let me tell you why I'm not sorry for them. Because many people say, man, you should sympathize with them because um, these are your countrymen, your fellow citizens, and they made a foolish mistake. But the reason I'm not really very sad for them is because I know if it was a black individual from among the people who tried to propose a strategy such as this, they would instantly eviscerate that person. They would not allow a person, a black individual, to actually propose anything close to this, because when it comes to our own people, we would use critical thinking. We would try to dissect every aspect of it before we give them our money, right? But because they saw that this person's name is Shang Zhang, or the president's name is Jing Shang, or something like that, they felt like they were on the stairway to heaven. They felt like they were just a few short feet away from financial freedom. They thought that they were going to be wealthy, and they had every iota of trust for this individual because they from another country, whereas they would not allow a person of their own complexion to deceive them in such a way. So what we really need to do is get our priorities together and use critical thinking for everyone. Nobody is greater, nobody is lesser. A light-skinned or light-hued individual is not more trustworthy than a dark-skinned individual. And many of these uh, assumptions that we make sometimes turn around and become our downfall. Family, let me know your thoughts in the comments below about all these dynamics. One love.
Hi, are you a foreigner looking to come to the Bahamas and make a couple dollars? Do you have a Ponzi or pyramid scheme that you'd like to introduce to us? My name is Wellington Roberts, the president of Swing 242. We can connect you with the clients, people, and even get you in WhatsApp groups. We can make you an administrator, and if anybody asks too many questions, simply remove them. We have successful clients like Loam or Dome. I still in the purple, trying to get in the pink. Pineapple Express, the woman who care all the money Canada. They still looking for her. Balance, that's a Freeport situation. FTX, where all the Michael them care the money. And our latest client, Creators Alliance. We can line you up with the right people, because plenty around here. They gullible and they retarded, and they get plenty money to spend. Connect with us at 242 Swing them. All right.